You know, I did a video earlier and it got a little wordy, and then I got a phone call in the middle of it, so I was like, cool, I'll just go ahead and discard this and try starting over. But I've noticed that, like, when TikTok got reset or whatever, my timeline was free of so much drama that revolves around a guy named Craig, a guy named Montgomery Dodge, and of course Austin Foreman. Everyone knows who the fuck that is. Started the AFF and all this other shit, and you know, and in the beginning it was cool. Like, it was, you know, hey, let's go to bat for the little guy, you know, the people that aren't really good at clapbacks and all this other stuff, and let's show that, you know, bullying's not cool. And then all of a sudden he turned into the bully, and then you had a nation and an army and Avengers. Like, are we trying to fucking recreate the MCU here, but calling it like the TCU, you know, the TTCU, excuse me, the TikTok Cinematic University, like, or universe, whatever. It's been a long day, okay? You'll be lucky to get something semi-coherent out of me. Anyway, let's see, so Craig, Foreman, oh yeah, and Dodge, those three. They seem to go round and round with each other, and people seem to gravitate back towards them. And I saw a video the other day from somebody that I follow through the original AFF thing. I think she goes by like American Ginger now or something like that. Doesn't seem like a bad person. Talking about Craig. Apparently Craig has this habit of putting his foot in his mouth. Says a lot of wild shit, so on and so forth. If you ask my opinion, he plays a professional victim. He comes on here, he runs his mouth, especially when he was part of the AFF, because he was the general to the army. You know, this fictitious thing. Like, you're the general to an internet army. He also threw around that he was a one percenter for I think it was the Angels or something like that. And like, oh, Shazam, Andy, I'm an enforcer too, so don't you mess with me or I'm gonna go all Mayberry on your ass. And then him and Austin have a falling out or whatever. They go back and forth with each other. And then Montgomery Dodge slides into the picture. Him and Craig are like this, and then all of a sudden they're not, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I say all this just to kind of put it into perspective, like, because I saw, and I'll tag a few people in this, whatever. If this gets back to any of the three of them, I really don't care. What are they going to do? Make fun of me? Ooh. I've had worse said to me by better. But like, and before I go any further, Austin, I don't have a problem with. I don't like the shit that he does. Like, I personally feel, in my opinion, he needs to just kind of take a step back away from this shit and really figure himself out and all this other stuff. Like, just decompress. But I understand he's also a musician, so this is a platform for him to do that and all this other stuff. But I saw a video that American Ginger did about Craig and about how he likes to treat women and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, like I said, I've heard Dodge's name and all this other shit. A guy named The Guardian, I can't remember the full name, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I don't. And he was talking about how Montgomery Dodge, like, you know, oh, I told you, dude, you were irrelevant in one of my lives or something like that. Like, I told you your name was irrelevant. Well, just, no offense, but if it was irrelevant, you wouldn't be bringing him up. But what you brought up about him is very relevant. Like, you know, Craig, or not Craig, but Dodge likes to get in here and pick at people, make fun of people. Like, he just really, I don't know, maybe he's unhappy with himself, or he's miserable, so he wants to just go ahead and make others miserable, you know, hurt people, so on and so forth. But I guess he started dragging people's kids into it, like Austin's kids and shit like that, and family is off limits. Kids, wives, the whole nine yards. Just like, no, if you're gonna go at somebody, go at them. Don't bring their family into it. That's just complete fucking nonsense. But I say all this, and I know this is going to sound really weird because I brought up those three. You have a narcissist, someone who I feel needs some sort of help mentally, and then you have a professional victim, because Craig is a professional victim. There's no two ways about it in my head. I saw somebody commented on Ginger's video talking about, oh yeah, Craig's a punk and this, that, and the other. And again, this is where it's going to sound really squirrely, but trust me, this is the bow that I'm going to put on it. When you give these guys that much attention and invest that much time in them that you're commenting on what they do daily, it just fuels them more for their videos, for them to make a video, get it out, and all sorts of other stuff. And like I said, I'm commenting on them. I am bringing it here. But it's more or less to say, hey, why don't we stop giving them all this fucking attention? Because it's like watching 3 toddlers run around on a sugar high, and then they're not getting what they want, so, you know, they start throwing temper tantrums until they get what they want, which is that attention. It's like that episode of Family Guy. Lois, Mommy, Mom, you see where I'm going with this. In my opinion, if you just ignore them for a while, they kind of tend to stop and go away. But it was so much better when I didn't have to see any of their shit on there. Now, because I watch one video, everything, all that shit ends up back in my algorithm. I'm like, why can't it just be fun? And if the whole AFF thing, like 1 minute AFF's going back to its roots, next minute it's going back to, you know, calling people out and so on and so forth, and oh, let's go ahead and make sure this person loses their account. Let's make sure this person loses their account. And it's like, no, let's go back to this. You know, the only person that's still, like, I see has AFF in the name and everything that has not changed in my eyes from the rip is Tiger Lily. She's all about promoting people and getting them, you know, doing her roll calls and stuff like that, or at least she did. Like, I've never seen her once interject herself in any of this horse shit. So, good on you. Like, that's amazing. But like everybody else, just stop. Like, is it really worth your time and effort and energy to comment on what they're doing and start squabbling with each other and give them the attention that they seek so they can just keep causing this chaos? If you ask my opinion, it's not worth it. I think Craig has like 144,000 followers. I'm not sure. I know Austin lost an account and has like 2 or 3 others. I don't know how many followers he has. I don't know how many followers Dodge has anymore, because it seems like Dodge was losing accounts left and right, or I could be wrong. But if they have these numbers that everybody looks at, use it for something positive, not this fucking schoolyard, middle school bullshit. Do something positive with it instead of dragging each other through the mud for the benefit of views and content. If you have issues with each other, take it off the fucking internet. Stop airing your dirty laundry all over the place, because then you turn around and, well, you're doing this to me and that's not right and blah, 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 blah. This is a long video. I doubt anybody's going to get to the very end of it, but that's my opinion on it. Stop fucking airing your dirty laundry, and for anybody that sees them, stop feeding the fire. Just ignore them. They don't finance you, they don't feed you, and the same is returned for them. So just leave it be, let them fucking fizzle out until they're done, and then they'll find something else to do. That's my 2 cents.